Good morning, guys, and welcome back to my channel, and Merry Christmas and Happy Holidays to those of you who celebrate. So today is Christmas Day, and I do have a haul for you guys. This is the last haul of 2021, the last perfume haul for the year. Really excited to share it with you. I do have some hits and some misses in here. Some of them were blind, some of them were not blind, and a couple of them were gifted to me kindly from fragrancebuy.ca. And today's video is in collaboration with fragrancebuy.ca. If you have not heard of them, they are a Canadian-based discount fragrance company where you can get incredible deals on all of your favorite designer and niche fragrances. And this weekend, of course, they're having their Boxing Day sale. There are going to be a whole bunch of amazing deals. You can get 10% off orders over $49. You can get buy one, get one 25% off with minimum order of $99. Everything will be down in the description box for you guys, all of the details with links to their website. So definitely check them out. I love Fragrance Buy. You guys know I've been purchasing from them for a really long time, and they are my preferred place to get discount fragrances. Let's get started in today's video. And if this is your first time on my channel, thank you so much for stopping by. My name is Alithia, and on this channel we do talk mostly about perfume. So if that is your thing, I would love if you would subscribe. Also feel free to head on over and follow me on Instagram, where I share a lot of little tidbits of my life and behind the scenes stuff, a little bit of minimalism, decluttering, home decor, and of course a whole bunch of perfume related content. And let's get started in today's video. Alright guys, good morning. It is about 8:30 in the morning on Christmas Day, so Merry Christmas and Happy Holidays to those of you who celebrate. I just finished 3 very long shifts at work, and I have 6 more coming up starting tomorrow. So today is my only day to do perfume stuff for you guys. I do apologize for the lighting. I'm kind of just working with what I have right now, and I've got a lot of videos I need to film, so we're just going to deal with the fact that it's not very good lighting. So hopefully you guys don't mind. It's going to be a very chill, relaxed video. Today is my last haul of the year. I'm so excited to share these with you guys. We've got some hits and some misses in here. And yeah, without further ado, let's just jump right in. Okay guys, so the very first fragrance is the new Viktor&Rolf Flowerbomb, and this is called Ruby Orchid. And this is of course a flanker of the original Flowerbomb, which if you guys watch my videos, you know that Flowerbomb is one of my favorite perfumes of all time. It's actually the perfume I've had in my collection for the longest, and I really love that fragrance. So this one, of course, as soon as I saw it, I didn't even really think too hard about it. I took a quick look at the notes to make sure there was nothing in there that would really put me off, and then I pretty much just ordered a bottle because I knew there was a very good chance I was going to like it. So first of all, I do want to show you a close-up of the bottle, and again, I do apologize for the lighting. This looks so much prettier in bright natural sunlight. So it's this beautiful like fuchsia ruby pink color, very pretty bottle. And the notes that you have in here are peach and vine in the opening, and I don't usually like peach, so that was kind of worrisome to me. There's also orchid and vanilla bean. So I think there's probably more notes in here than what is displayed on Fragrantica. So let me take the lid off here and tell you what I think about this scent. So this smells very similar to Viktor&Rolf Flowerbomb Nectar. This could be like Nectar's slightly older sister. It's very sweet. It's not quite as sweet as Nectar, but it is still very sweet. It also reminds me a little bit of Bon Bon. So this is kind of like Bon Bon and Nectar got together and had a child, and this is their child. To me, this is much closer to Nectar than it is to the original Flowerbomb. I actually saw a couple of reviews where people said if you have the original Flowerbomb, you probably don't need this one. I don't agree with that because I think this is quite different. I really have to say I do prefer the original Flowerbomb to this fragrance. 100%. If I had to pick, I would pick the original Flowerbomb. So I have to be really honest, you guys. My first impression of this is I'm not super wowed by it. I'm not super wowed by it. It's very sweet. It does smell very good on the skin. It's a little bit young. It is to the point that it could be a little cloying. It could definitely be kind of sickeningly sweet. You really have to like sweet perfumes, and if you don't like Flowerbomb Nectar, don't even look at this because like I said, they could be sisters. For me, Flowerbomb Nectar turned out to be too sweet. I did have to let that one go. As it sits, I don't have really high hopes for this one. I'm not 100% sure if I want to return it though, because like I said, on the skin, it is a little bit nicer. It's not quite as sweet. I get a little bit more of that vanilla orchid on the skin, and you guys, I love vanilla orchid. Vanilla orchid is one of my favorite types of notes in a perfume of all time. So I really don't know how I feel about this one right now. I'm kind of on the fence, and like I told you guys, I'm not planning to do any declutters for a year. If I adopt this, if I decide to keep it, I'm stuck with it for a year, so I really have to think hard about this. This is very much a first impression with this one, and right now I could kind of take it or leave it. I'm not 100% sure on it. I will come back and update you in probably a week or two and let you know if I decided to hang on to this or if I decided to send it back, because it's just very, very sweet and so close to Flowerbomb nectar. So, okay, so the second one, you guys, is Black Opium Extreme from Yves Saint Laurent, and this was not a blind buy. This one, if you guys have watched my videos, you probably know that I had a sample of this and I really thoroughly enjoyed it. And I've kind of been lusting after this one ever since I had that sample. I just didn't think I needed it. I didn't know if I needed it, but because I have allowed myself to expand my collection a little bit and I'm not being so harsh on myself and putting so many constraints on myself. If I like a perfume, if I really like a perfume, I'm just gonna allow myself to get it, you guys, because I love perfume. This is my hobby. This is what I do on YouTube. I'm just not going to put myself in a box anymore and only allow myself to have like one flanker. Yes, this is Black Opium Extreme. This is the second newest release from Yves Saint Laurent. There's a new one called Green, Illicit Green, I think it's called. Anyways, I have not smelled that one yet, but I'm really looking forward to it. So the notes that you have in here are coffee and cacao in the opening. In the middle you have jasmine, sambac, and orange blossom, and in the base you have bourbon, vanilla, and patchouli. First, I want to give you a little bit of a close-up of the bottle. I do really love sort of how really encrusted and textured this bottle is, and I like that it's almost kind of matte. Like, it's shiny, but it's also got a little bit of a matte quality to it, and then it has the completely opaque center. I don't even know if you can see through it. No, you can't see through it even up to a candle. So let me take the lid off and tell you what I think. So here's the bottle without a lid. Very pretty. Okay, I love this, you guys. I really, really like this. The only thing that kills me about the Black Opium perfumes, I will tell you, my boyfriend doesn't like them. He doesn't like any of them. He didn't really care for the neon. He doesn't care for the Nuit Blanche. He doesn't care for the original. He says that they smell like somebody who's been drinking a lot of alcohol. Don't take offense to that, you guys. I don't take offense to it. I just make a joke of it because I think he probably was at clubs when he was younger, and probably every girl at the club was wearing Black Opium, and maybe that's why he makes the connection between Black Opium and alcohol. I don't know. But that's the only thing that kills me about this fragrance, is that my boyfriend doesn't really care for them, and I wish he did, because to me they are very sexy and very feminine, and I just love wearing them, you guys. I will admit to you, Black Opium is one of my favorite lines of perfumes. So this one is a little bit more of a chocolatey, coffee heavy version of the original Black Opium. It's also not super complex. There's not a lot going on in here. It mostly is that kind of orange blossomy, jasmine-y, white floral, a vanillic perfume, and then it's very heavy on the coffee and the chocolate, and I love it. I get, I think, moderate performance out of this one. Not a beast, but not weak. Better than the original. I think this does have better performance than just the original EDP. I find it thoroughly enjoyable. This is a thoroughly enjoyable perfume for me to wear, you guys, and I just love it. So, okay, so let's switch gears again and talk about one that I'm kind of on the fence about, and this was not blind. So because of that, you guys, I'm going to force myself to hold on to it because I knew what I was getting into. I purchased it. I'm not allowing myself to do declutters for an entire year. So this one was not blind. I have smelled this one numerous times. I'm pretty sure I even had the Burberry Her Intense about 2 years ago, or whenever it first came out. And this is a sweet, musky, fruity fragrance. This has notes of strawberry, raspberry, blackberry, sour cherry, blackcurrant, mandarin orange, lemon, violet, jasmine, musk, vanilla, cashmere, and oak moss woody notes, amber, and patchouli. So there is actually a lot of notes in this fragrance. It's actually a little bit more complex than what I remember it being. To me, it was just a very sweet strawberry perfume that I've never really liked this. I do want to say I really like the cap. It's kind of like a, I don't know, it's kind of like a ceramic lid almost, and it's like this light pink, very, very pretty. I really like the bottle, very classy, and I'm just hoping it grows on me, you guys. I'm really hoping this grows on me, you guys. Some people love this. Some people don't care for it all that much, but I just feel like I must be missing something. Maybe if I start wearing this and make myself wear it and kind of commit to it, it could grow on me. That's kind of what I'm hoping for. So even though I knew what this smelled like and I've never really gravitated toward it, I like that it's quite strong, quite noticeable. It has really good performance, you guys. I can smell this on myself for hours. I've only sprayed it once so far on myself. So this is very rudimentary, and I will update you throughout the year how I feel about this one. What I get most from it is that strawberry. I also get other fruits. I do get a little sour cherry. I get a lot of muskiness. Yeah. To me, honestly, this does not smell that much like Baccarat Rouge. Like I said, I'm hoping this grows on me because it is sweet. It does have good performance. It's very likable. A lot of people like it. Yeah, so right now, this is not really a love for me. So the next one, you guys, also was not a blind buy. This one was generously gifted to me from Fragrance Buy, so thank you so much to them. So this is Armani Code, and this is the original Eau de Parfum. If you guys watch my channel, you know that I am obsessed with the satin. The Armani Code satin is one of my favorite purchases of this entire year. I love it so much, and I've worn it a lot, and I just cannot get enough of it. So I thought that I would try the original Code again since I've developed this new obsession with the satin. I thought, you know, maybe the original Code will be good for me too. And what I have to say, you guys, the main difference that I notice is this one is not so rich, spicy, gourmand, vanillic. This one is a little bit more about that kind of fruity, citrusy orange blossom, which I never really noticed before. I used to think this was a very heavy, deep perfume because it's always been a beast mode fragrance. I used to know people who wore Armani Code when I was a teenager, when it first came out, and I remember them just huge amounts of perfume were like wafting off of them. Like, this has always been just a beast mode fragrance, but actually it's not that deep or dark. It's quite jasmine-y, orange blossomy, citrusy, orangey. There's also a little bit of honey, there's vanilla, and there's sandalwood. Let me take the cap off here. So I have to say, my first impression is that I still prefer satin, and I think I probably also prefer cashmere to this one. I am tempted to get myself a bottle of the cashmere because it's been quite a while since I've smelled that one. I used to love that one, you guys, and I'm very tempted to get a bottle of the cashmere. I used to love it, and I think the reason I let it go was because, again, I have always been trying to keep my collection down to only ones that were like 10 out of 10, wore them all the time, minimalist perfume collection. But I've realized, like I told you guys, that's just not possible for me. It's just not going to happen unless I want to completely quit reviewing perfumes or completely quit trying new perfumes. It's just not going to happen. So anyways, I would like to revisit the Armani Code Cashmere and just see how I feel about it these days. This one for me, I would say, is a solid 6.5 or 7 out of 10, which doesn't sound like much, but considering the Armani Code Satin is like a 9 or a 10 for me. But I'm still going to wear it because it still smells good. It's a very sexy perfume. I think it would be great for date nights, and I am going to give it a chance. So this one has made it into my collection as well, and I think it'll be just kind of an easy put on in the evening if I don't know what to wear kind of perfume. So all right, you guys, so the next one was an accident. This is Armani Si Intense, the 2021 version. If you watch my channel, you know that I recently picked up a 50 ml of this perfume. I thought I was ordering the old formulation of Si Intense in the black bottle. That's what was advertised on the website. So I am going to talk to them. I don't know if I'm going to return this or try to return it because I love this perfume. It's probably not a bad thing to have a backup because I really do love it, and I'm not heartbroken by it, but I was just kind of hoping to try something new. So that's kind of my mistake. I probably should have checked into it because I knew it was too good to be true. And it was. So anyways, this is Armani Si Intense. I'm not going to go super into detail with it because I did just talk about this on my channel, but this is essentially a black currant, Turkish rose, Davana, benzoin, patchouli fragrance. I actually, you guys, love this perfume. I really do. This is one that really surprises me. I never thought that I would become a Si girl, much less a Si Intense girl. I did not like this when it first came out. I was totally turned off by it. I didn't like the black currant syrup. I didn't like the patchouli. I felt that it was too ambery and resinous and I just didn't like it. But you know, I have to tell you guys, this has grown on me so much, and I'm obsessed with this. I just love it. I cannot get enough of it now. I don't know what it is. It's the weirdest thing how one day you can wake up and you can just be obsessed with a scent that you didn't like before. Like, anyways, love it. Love it, you guys. I do love it. And I'll probably just keep this even though it was a mistake, because I don't mind having a backup of Armani Si Intense. Gorgeous, gorgeous perfume. And I also like that it's a big bottle. I do have a thing for big bottles, as I've told you guys. It just looks so pretty. Very, very happy to have it, even though it was a complete mistake. So Armani Si Intense. Okay, you guys, so time for one more that I'm not really a huge fan of. And by the way, the lighting is getting better in here. I probably should have just waited to film for like 15 minutes, but I'm so impatient. Anyways, this is La Petite Robe Noire from Guerlain, and this was kind of blind, kind of not blind. I had smelt this before in the stores, but I had never sprayed it on my skin or really given it much of a chance. I just knew that I thought that it smelled okay, and I kind of decided to blind buy it, try it out, and see what I think. This one, you guys, I don't think will be welcomed into my collection. I just don't think it's going to work for me. This is one of those kind of blind buy perfumes that is already kind of a no right out of the box, and I'm not going to force myself to hang on to a perfume that I absolutely do not like, you know, and try to make myself like it if I don't. There's just something in here that doesn't work for me, you guys. It's just a hard no for me. So this has sour cherry, almond, red berries, and bergamot. In the middle it has licorice, rose, tea, and taille rose, if I'm saying that properly. And in the base you have vanilla, anise, tonka bean, patchouli, and iris. So this is a irisy, kind of a sour cherry, licoricey fragrance for the most part. It is fairly complex. The bottle is absolutely beautiful. Yeah, I have to be really honest. It is that sour cherry that I don't like. It's the sour cherry mixed with the licorice. It is a very strong perfume. I much prefer La Petite Robe Noire Eau Fraiche, which is the green bottle, the fresher one. That one is kind of like this one, super, super light, and then add in some almond and some pistachio. It is so good. Now that is one I should have kept. That is one that I have been contemplating bringing back. Don't be surprised if you see that one back in my collection. It was beautiful. This one, however, just isn't going to work for me. It is a very feminine, pretty, elegant perfume, but I just don't think I can do that sour cherry. Once I get it on my skin, it just isn't good. And I really, really don't like it, and it's kind of a scrubber for me. So, okay guys, and getting to the last two perfumes in today's haul, and these ones are, I really, really like them. These are like 8 to 9 out of 10 for me. Now, some of you might laugh at me because I actually used to have this one. This is Carolina Herrera Good Girl Supreme. This one I did have in the past. Again, I decluttered it. Like I said, I'm just trying to allow myself to expand my horizons a little bit and keep what I like, and my tastes have changed a little bit over the last year and a half, and yeah, coming back to this, you guys, I really, really, really enjoy this. So this is basically like a fruitier version of the original Carolina Herrera Good Girl. This isn't quite as complex, it's not quite as heavy. This one has an opening of forest fruits, Egyptian jasmine. In the middle you have tonka bean and tuberose, and in the base you have vetiver. And you guys, on the skin, this smells very, very, very similar to the original Good Girl, except it is lighter, brighter, and more fruity. And by lighter, I don't mean it's a soft fragrance. It has good performance, but this just has a fruitier, kind of a brighter opening to me. It's very, very sexy, very flirty, very fun. The original Good Girl, I'm not saying that one won't grow on me. That one could very well grow on me. Sometimes I kind of want to go smell it again, or when I go to the store and try it on my skin, sometimes I really enjoy it. I do have the Good Girl Légère, which is currently my favorite version of this, but this one is so fun, you guys. This one is just like flirty, vanillic. You guys, on my skin, this smells divine. It smells beautiful. It's very vanillic. It's got that fun, flirty, fruity, youthful component to it, but it's also a very sexy perfume. And this perfume to me definitely says I'm going to a party and I'm gonna have a good time. That's what this perfume says. If I was going out to a New Year's party, you guys, or a holiday party, this would definitely be a perfume I would pick, probably the perfume I would pick, because it's just fun, it's kind of sparkling. I just really, really enjoy it. I find it very sexy. And yeah, I just really like this one. So yeah, that is a Good Girl Supreme from Carolina Herrera. And yeah, I quite enjoy this. So I'm really happy to have this one back. Okay guys, so on to our last fragrance in today's video. This is Jean Paul Gaultier Scandal, or Scandal, the first one, just the original eau de parfum. Now you guys, if you watch my channel, you know that up until this point, I have not liked any of the Scandals. I have not been able to do any of the Scandals, including this one. This was one of the very first perfumes I tried back in the beginning of the pandemic. I did blind purchase it in spring of 2020. I didn't like it. It was too heavy. I felt that it was too suffocating, and that's kind of the trend I've found with all of the Scandal fragrances, whether it's the Eau Paris, Scandal by Night, So Scandal. I've just found them all to be too heavy, too thick, too sweet. They just weren't for me. However, I have to say that there's something about the original Scandal that has been drawing me back. There's something about it that I've been kind of liking when I revisit it at the store. Couldn't really put my finger on it because, you guys, this is such a strong fragrance. This is extremely overpowering. This is beast mode. If you know, you know. Very, very, very strong perfume and could easily be headache inducing and cloying and suffocating and all of that stuff. But there's also something about it that is very sexy. Obviously, there's literally a pair of legs sticking out of the top. This perfume lives up to the bottle design. It lives up to the name. It is a very sort of promiscuous, fun, sexy, interesting, alluring, kind of a naughty perfume, but naughty in a good way. And this is primarily a honey and beeswax bomb of a fragrance. This is a very, very strong honey fragrance. And so let me tell you what some of the notes are, and then I'll tell you what I'm getting from this now. So in the opening, you have blood orange and mandarin orange. In the middle, you have honey, gardenia, orange blossom, jasmine, and peach. And in the base, you have beeswax, caramel, patchouli, and licorice. So let me take the legs off. Okay, let me tell you something. Even smelling this at the atomizer, I'm a little turned off. I'm like, this is so strong. It's so sweet. It's so much honey. I don't know if I could ever do it. But what I discovered with this one is that if you go lightly, if you spray a few inches away from your skin, not super close, but a few inches away, and you kind of do like a fine mist over your skin instead of like super concentrated areas, then this perfume becomes a little thinner. And I don't mean thin in a bad way. I mean, it kind of dulls down that super intense beeswax honey. And then what I get is I can actually pick up the rest of the notes that are in here. I start to pick up on the orange blossom and the jasmine. I start to smell the caramel that's in here. I definitely get that blood orange and that orange in the opening. I get a little tiny bit of licorice. It becomes a more complex and floral and sensual and feminine and even classy perfume. If you go a little lighter, spray a little further away from your skin, or at least for me, this is what I'm finding, it's not only is it tolerable, it's extremely pleasant. If I just do lighter sprays, not too close to my face, and just do like, as opposed to like a super concentrated amount, just do like a fine mist over myself. You guys, this becomes, dare I say, addictive. Like, I had this on my skin last night. I actually put it on after I got home from work. As I was lying in bed falling asleep, I had to go back and keep smelling my arm because I couldn't believe how beautiful it was. I couldn't believe all the different flowers I was smelling, and I was finally getting caramel, and it just was beautiful. Like right now at the atomizer, you guys, it's way too strong for me. I don't know what it is. It's just like super densely, it's just like beeswax and honey is all I'm getting at the atomizer. But on my skin, it is gorgeous. And there is something about this perfume that is super sexy, super feminine, very flirty. I didn't get it before. I thought that it was just super cloying, super obnoxious, way too strong, way too intense. But you guys, I actually really, really like this one. Like I would say this is probably a solid 8 out of 10 for me now, which is saying a lot for this perfume. So, or for me rather. So yeah, that is Jean Paul Gaultier Scandal. It is the last one in today's haul, and this is definitely a keeper. And the best thing about this is my boyfriend loves this one. He's obsessed with it. So it's a win for me and it's a win for him. Super sexy. Can't wait to wear this on date nights. All right, you guys, so that is my little haul for today. All in all, it's a pretty successful haul. I'll just kind of give you a quick recap as to my loves and the ones that I'm not super obsessed with. So I'm really, really enjoying the Jean Paul Gaultier Scandal, which is really surprising. Really enjoying the Herrera Good Girl Supreme, love the Black Opium Extreme, and love the Armani Si Intense. Those are kind of like the ones I would consider to be my favorite out of today's haul. The ones that are just okay for me are, I would have to say, the Viktor&Rolf Flowerbomb Ruby Orchid. So that one for me is kind of just okay. And the Armani Code is also just okay. And then we have the Burberry Her, which is kind of a little bit of a, I'm not so sure about it. I want to like this one. I really want to like this one. I really hope that it grows on me. So I'm going to keep it and try it out. And the one that I absolutely do not like, that's a scrubber that I'm not even going to welcome into my collection to begin with, is La Petite Robe Noire, the original. I'll bring it up here. It's just too sour cherry. I just don't care for it. This is a complete scrubber for me, and I'm not going to be keeping this one. Or bringing it into my collection to begin with. So yeah, those are my fragrances for today. Really excited to try them out. Hoping that my tastes on the Burberry Her will change. Sorry you guys, I need more coffee. Yeah, I'm hoping my tastes on the Burberry Her will change in the future. I hope that I get some good use out of the Armani Code. I can't say for certain. But yeah, so that's kind of how I feel about those ones. I will come back and update you as to whether or not I decided to keep the Ruby Orchid and things like that. So thank you guys so much for watching. Again, happy holidays and Merry Christmas to everybody who's watching, and I'll see you all very soon.